January 17, 2026. News flashes. U.S. forces return to Philippine bases. American C-17s touch down on Luzon, their engines roaring. This is no nostalgia act, but a calculated move. After years of ambiguity, the U.S. is back in the Philippines, and the world is watching. American and Filipino troops work side by side, not building sprawling bases, but upgrading runways, setting up communications, and pre-positioning supplies. This is a new chapter in an old alliance, designed for today's Indo-Pacific challenges. Years of diplomacy led to this moment. For Manila, China's pressure had become existential. For Washington, upholding a free and open Indo-Pacific was non-negotiable. The sight of U.S. boots on Philippine soil is a powerful symbol. The alliance is alive and evolving. Allies in Tokyo and Canberra quietly approve, seeing a necessary counterbalance to China's military rise. Beijing lashes out, accusing the U.S. of stoking a new Cold War. But for those on the front lines, the fishermen, the strategists, the policymakers, this is about deterrence and the rule of law. The headlines say return, but the real story is about shaping the future. The U.S.-Philippines partnership is no longer a relic. It's a living response to a shifting world. The alliance signals that the region's fate will be decided by cooperation, not coercion. The world is watching, and the stakes have never been higher. This is not just about military might. It's about securing a future where international law prevails. The return is quiet, but the message is unmistakable. The Indo-Pacific's balance is shifting, and the U.S.-Philippines alliance is at the center. The world holds its breath as a new era begins. The alliance is back, not as a memory, but as a force for stability. The future of the region is being written now. The Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, EDCA, is the backbone of this renewed partnership. Unlike Cold War-era bases, EDCA grants the U.S. access, not ownership, to select Philippine military sites. It's flexible, scalable, and respects Philippine sovereignty, while giving the U.S. strategic reach. Instead of one or two massive bases, EDCA disperses forces across a network of smaller, resilient sites. Some face the South China Sea, others guard the Luzon Strait near Taiwan, each chosen for maximum strategic impact. This distributed model makes the alliance agile and less vulnerable to attack. The U.S. invests in modernizing these sites, runways, barracks, warehouses, benefiting both militaries. Pre-positioned supplies and upgraded infrastructure mean crisis response in hours, not weeks. All activities are coordinated with the armed forces of the Philippines. U.S. troops rotate in and out, never permanent. This approach builds trust, interoperability, and a true partnership of equals. EDCA is not about occupation, it's about readiness and mutual benefit. The alliance is now nimble, resilient, and ready for 21st century challenges. The focus is on people, not just hardware. Shared training, shared objectives. EDCA is the blueprint for modern alliances, less intrusive, more effective. The U.S. and Philippines are setting a new standard for security cooperation. This is alliance management for a new era. The future of regional security is being built, one site at a time. EDCA is the foundation for a smarter, stronger partnership. The U.S.-Philippines alliance has weathered dramatic shifts, from the era of sprawling bases like Subic Bay to a period of near estrangement. In 1991, Philippine nationalism and Mount Pinatubo's eruption led to the closure of U.S. bases, a proud assertion of sovereignty. For years, the alliance drifted, focused on counterterrorism and humanitarian aid, far from its Cold War deterrence roots. But the rise of China and its assertive claims in the South China Sea forced a strategic rethink. Manila realized it couldn't face China alone. Washington saw the Indo-Pacific stability depended on strong alliances. This shared threat revived cooperation, leading to the Visiting Forces Agreement in 1999 and later, EDCA, in 2014. The return of U.S. forces isn't a step backward, it's a pragmatic adaptation to new realities. The alliance is no longer about massive bases, but about flexible, forward-looking security. The U.S. and Philippines are partners in shaping a new regional order. The lessons of Subic Bay inform a smarter, more sustainable alliance. The new dawn is about resilience, not nostalgia. The alliance is evolving to meet the challenges of today and tomorrow. The partnership is once again central to Southeast Asia's security. The U.S.-Philippines alliance is not a relic. It's a model for adapting to a changing world. Together, they face the future with renewed purpose. A new era has begun. China's campaign in the South China Sea is relentless, building artificial islands, deploying military assets, and using maritime militias to intimidate neighbors. These outposts project power far from China's shores, creating a strategic stranglehold. Filipino fishermen are chased from their own waters. The Philippine Coast Guard faces constant harassment. China's gray zone tactics wear down resistance without triggering open conflict. An international tribunal ruled in Manila's favor in 2016, but Beijing dismissed it outright. This is a direct challenge to international law and Philippine sovereignty. The U.S.-Philippines alliance is now more vital than ever, a bulwark against coercion. The stakes are daily, personal, and national. The Philippines sits at the heart of the first island chain, a natural barrier between China and the Pacific. The Luzon Strait, separating the Philippines from Taiwan, is a critical choke point for global trade and military movement. Control of this strait could decide the outcome of any conflict over Taiwan. New EDCA sites in northern Luzon give the U.S. and Philippines the ability to monitor and, if needed, control this vital passage. Aircraft, sensors, and missile batteries stationed here create a powerful deterrent. This complicates China's military planning and raises the cost of aggression. The Philippines is also a vantage point for monitoring the South China Sea. Bases in Palawan enable surveillance over disputed waters, exposing illegal activities. The alliance turns the Philippines into an unsinkable aircraft carrier for regional security. Geography makes the Philippines indispensable to Indo-Pacific stability. The alliance leverages this advantage for peace and deterrence. The region's security hinges on these strategic realities. The South China Sea is a global economic artery. 1/3 of world shipping passes through its waters. Any disruption would have catastrophic consequences for the global economy. For Filipinos, the stakes are even more immediate. These waters feed millions and support entire communities. China's maritime militia threatens food security, pushing Filipino fishermen out of their own exclusive economic zone. The seabed holds untapped oil and gas, resources Manila cannot safely access due to Chinese harassment. The U.S. alliance provides a security umbrella, deterring the worst forms of coercion. Joint patrols send a message: the world is watching. The fight is for a rules-based order, not just territory. Economic security and sovereignty are inseparable. The alliance defends both. The alliance is visible in action. Joint drills like Balikatan now focus on high-end conflict, not just counterterrorism. Thousands of U.S. and Filipino troops train together, building trust and interoperability. These exercises deter aggression by showing the alliance is ready and capable. The U.S. is also helping modernize the Philippine military. New jets, patrol vessels, coastal defenses, and advanced surveillance. The focus is on asymmetric capabilities, fast attack craft, mobile missiles, and drones. The goal isn't to match China ship for ship, but to make any attack costly and risky. U.S. support empowers the Philippines to defend itself, not act as a proxy. The alliance is about resilience, not dependence. Modernization is transforming the AFP into a credible deterrent force. Joint action and new capabilities send a clear message. The alliance is real. The region's security is being built on the ground, in the air, and at sea. The U.S.-Philippines partnership is stronger than ever. The future is being shaped by action, not just words. The Philippines isn't relying solely on the U.S., it's weaving a web of partnerships across the Indo-Pacific. Japan is a key partner, providing patrol vessels and deepening military ties. Australia conducts joint drills and supports freedom of navigation. India supplies advanced missiles. European navies increase their presence. This network isolates China diplomatically and reinforces a rules-based order. Security is now collective, not just bilateral. The Philippines is a middle power, shaping its own destiny. Minilateralism is the new strategy, overlapping partnerships for maximum resilience. The region's stability depends on this united front. The Philippines is at the center of a growing security web. The renewed U.S.-Philippines alliance is about deterrence, not provocation. The goal: convince Beijing that aggression carries unacceptable risks. Integrated deterrence combines military strength with diplomatic unity. Joint drills, new bases, and modernization show capability and will. When allies speak with one voice, China cannot ignore the consequences. The alliance is a model for smaller nations facing great power pressure. The Philippines is not a victim of geography, but an active shaper of its future. The Indo-Pacific's future will be defined by the strength of these alliances. Shared values, democracy, freedom, and rule of law are worth defending. The U.S.-Philippines alliance stands as a beacon of unity and resolve.